Whenever I'm reading a book, I do this thing where I write down any interesting words that I've found, any intriguing words in a notebook. Then later on I'll sit at my computer and I'll look up the words in order to find out the interesting etymology and the definitions behind them. Well, then I decided that the second part of that process, the looking up words part, should be a show. So, welcome to Define, the boringest show on YouTube, right here at the Launchpad Writers Club. Cheers. Welcome back to the Launchpad Writers Club for another episode of Define, the boringest show on all of YouTube. Congratulations, you found it. Watch this show while you do something better. I say we just dive right in and start looking up words. First word, this is a good one. This is a word that's a lot of people's favourite word. Often when someone asks the question, what's your favourite word, this is a very common response. Petrichor. Petrichor. Petrichor? Petrichor. Petrichor.
Petrichor.
Petrichor. Petrichor. So it comes from two ancient Greek words. Petro, meaning relating to rocks, and ichor, which is the fluid that flows in the veins of the gods in Greek mythology. You know, the funny thing about this word is it sounds like it's an ancient Greek word. It's made up of two ancient Greek words. Where in reality, the term was coined in 1964, way back when, by two Australian CSIRO researchers. So two Australian environmental researchers just made it up. So it's not ancient and it's not Greek. It's just a bloody Aussie word, mate. It's bloody Aussie as. But it is a nice word. And I think the reason it's so many people's favourite word is we've always relied on rain, you know, for crops and for food. And petrichor is a stronger smell the longer it's been since rain, because it is caused by oil exuded by certain plants during dry periods, whereupon it is absorbed by clay-based soils and rocks. During rain, the oil is released into the air, along with other compounds, blah, blah, blah. So the longer it's been since rain, the more of this stuff is stored away, and then the rain comes in and it comes out, which means the longer it's been since rain, the stronger the smell is, and the longer it's been since rain, the more we would be anticipating rain. So when it finally rains and this strong smell comes out, it's really a relief. So I think that maybe have something to do with it. Like, not only is it a lot of people's favourite word, but it's their favourite word because it's their favourite smell. And it's probably their favourite smell because of what it meant historically. It even says down the bottom here, some scientists believe that humans appreciate the rain scent because ancestors may have relied on rainy weather for survival. You know, I would say more it's the smell of relief from a drought, which I think for our ancestors would have been the greatest relief, or one of. Now, I'm going to get out a special book, which I've been waiting for the chance to get this book out, and I'm going to get it out right now. Oh, this is one of my favourite reference books. I picked this up in an op shop. I didn't really know what it was, but I love it. It's like a dictionary of like phrases and mythology and stuff like that. So like if you look up the name of a god, it'll have, you know, information about it in here. So what I want to look up is that second part, ichor, Hijkl. Just see if it's got anything to add. I'll put it under here actually. In classical mythology, the colourless blood of the gods, juice. Doesn't really give us much. I just wanted the chance to pull out this freaking awesome book. So there you go. Your favourite ancient Greek word is just made up by two bloody Aussies in the bloody outback doing a journal article for Nature magazine. So what should I write here? The smell of rain. There we go. All right. Next word. Let's buzz through these nice and quick. Bromide. 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 In chemistry, we're not interested in what it means in chemistry. A trite statement that is intended to soothe or placate, or a sedative preparation containing potassium bromide. a reproduction or piece of typesetting on bromide paper. So I think the potassium bromide chemical, which is in this chemical bit up here, a compound of bromine, was used as a sedative, which is why it became, a bromide became something that you'd use to soothe or to placate someone. But it's a trite statement, the key word being trite. So, of a remark, opinion or idea, overused, and consequently of little import, lacking originality or freshness. So a bromide is like a really overused and unoriginal kind of saying or phrase. So, example of a bromide. So something like, when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. I guess that's a bromide. If you want actually a really good way to get examples of bromides, I'll just show you on my phone actually. You'll quite like this. Here's a bit of a life hack. So if you just look up the hashtag poets of Instagram, you'll actually find an endless stream of bromides. Oh yeah, shots fired, Insta poets. What? Write a poem about it. Oh. My favourite thing about these Instagram poets is the way that they like credit themselves. Like they make a poem and down the bottom is the credit, but then if you look, that's just them. Like, to quote the great me, I believe it was me that said, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Even better one is, this is how it happens. So, quotes himself, right? And then he credits what piece this little extract is from, Victories and Defeats. But that's not, it's not a greater piece called Victories and Defeats. That is the piece called Victories and Defeats. So he's just named a sentence and then quoted himself on that sentence and then given that a name. I don't know, youth culture. I'm old, I'm sorry, I'm an old person. I don't understand youth culture. Oh, okay, so what's a bromide? I think I'll actually do this as a quote. An overused saying that lacks originality. End quote. That's a quote by Andrew Lewis from the piece Bromide Definition. One of the great pieces of literature. I shouldn't be so mean about that. It just boggles my mind a little bit, and I find it hilarious. Share the hilarity. Speaking of me being mean, the next word on the list is vitriolic. Vitriolic. Should I find out if I'm at least pronouncing bromide right first?
Bromide.
Yep, I am. Vitriolic. Vitriolic.
Vitriolic.
Mm-hmm. Synonyms include acrimonious, rancorous, bitter, caustic, mordant, acerbic, astringent, acid. You know, out of all those, I know what about two of them mean. But it means filled with bitter criticism or malice. Very cool. So it comes from the word vitriol, which means, let's have a look, any of certain metallic sulfates or glassy appearances. Oil of vitriol. Sulfuric acid. I think sulfuric acid, is it sulfuric acid that smells bad? Yes, it is. Sulfuric acid smells like rotten eggs or spoiled eggs. I think it just means, I think it literally is just like, vitriolic is in like, it stinks like rotten eggs. I think that's where the actual original definition of vitriolic means. Oh wait, no, it means, it doesn't just mean it's stinky. It's not just a way of saying what you said is stinky. It's especially its caustic quality which means able to burn or corrode. So it's bitter and malicious, as in it could hurt, or it could be hurtful to someone else. Okay. Bitter / malicious criticism. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a rush. I want to do the rest of these in the next couple of minutes. Okay, next word. Prising. This is not a very obscure word. Actually, this would be one of those words that I would probably say most people watching would know what this word means, but also I reckon most people watching probably have never or very rarely used this word in their written or spoken language. It's one of those words that's always on the tip of your tongue, because I'm always trying to say like extract away with difficulty, or like wrench something away, or that kind of thing. Prise away.
Prize.
Use force in order to move apart or open something. So to take something unwillingly away, prizing away is a good word for that. All right, how am I going to write this? Use force in order to move apart. Last one. I'm just going to blast through these last couple. Revivifying. Revivify.
Revivify.
2. Give new life or vigour to. Comes from viva, as in life, I don't know. That's a bit of a throwaway one. Even knowing that word, it's not new to me, and I just don't feel like I'd use it. It's not my kind of word. You ever hear a word and you're just like, that's not my kind of word? Still, put it in the old brain bank. Might come in handy someday. Probably won't, but it might. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. See you next time.